What if the words that you use every day aren't just describing your experience, but actually shaping how you feel in your mind and in your body? Most of us think that words are just a way to communicate, but research in psychology and neuroscience shows that language plays a much deeper role in how we process emotions, regulate our stress, and even experience our physical state. My name is Vanessa Mincola. I work in mind and body wellness, and a big part of my work focuses on how language influences emotional and physical experience. Today, we'll walk through a few key ideas around the healing power of words, and I'll give you some simple things that you can try for yourself. There's a really interesting area of research called affect labeling. What it shows is that when we put our emotions into words, even something as simple as saying, "I feel anxious," it can actually reduce activity in the brain's stress centers while simultaneously increasing activity in areas that are responsible for regulation. So in other words, language doesn't just express what we feel. It helps us to actually regulate it. So you can think of it like this. When we don't have words for what we're feeling, everything stays kind of overwhelming and unprocessed. But the moment we start to name it, we begin to organize it. We create a little bit of space between us and the experience and the emotion. And that alone can begin to shift how we experience it. There's also research on something called expressive writing, where people write about emotional experiences over the course of a few days. What researchers found is that people who benefited the most weren't just venting. They were actually starting to make sense of what they went through. So their language started to shift. They used more words like, "I realized," or "I understand," or "because." These words are known as insight words. So again, these words aren't just describing reality, they're actually helping us to make meaning out of it. Meaning is a big part of how we heal. So I want to give you a really simple way to feel this for yourself. You can do this wherever you are right now. Just take a minute and bring the word safe to your mind. You can say it quietly to yourself or just think it. And then notice what's happening in your body as you say this word or as you think about it. Does anything soften? Does anything tighten? Does the word feel familiar to you? Or does it feel distant? Just notice. You can try this with different words. Maybe try it with the word love or the word joy. And just observe what comes up. For some of us, it might feel calming. For others, it might bring up resistance or even discomfort. Whatever your response is, it shows us that words don't just create feelings. They can also reveal what's already there beneath the surface. So when we look at all of this together, we start to see a pattern. Words can help us regulate the brain. They can help us process and make meaning. And they can create real felt experiences in the body. So the language that we use, especially the language that we use with ourselves, matters more than we think. Over time, it shapes how we feel, how we respond, and how we move through the world. If this topic is something that resonates with you and you want to explore it more deeply, I've created a 25-minute guided workshop on the healing power of words. It includes a short teaching like this, simple, practical exercises, and a guided loving kindness meditation where you can really feel how different words land in your body. It's a full experience that you can come back to at any time. If you're interested, you can find it on our website, which I will link to. And I just want to thank you so much for being here.